That's also extra.
Hey, welcome to On The Beats podcast. Right, my name is brentbalfour. We have a guest in the house, people. Guess what? Adelia is here to grace us with her presence. So let me hear you. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm a whole South girl now, so I come down all the way to the east. It's my good brother in Christ, so I have to support her.
Yeah. So tell me, what you have been up to these days, Adelia?
Quite a lot, because I do digital media. So
right.
I do photography, graphic design, branding, content creation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so verse. Like if somebody asks me to build a website, yeah, I might actually consider it because I have the background.
Wow.
It's not one of my favorites, so I might send it over to Brent. He's the website.
Yes, I'm the website person. I've built a couple of websites in my time. Yeah.
Fun fact: we went to the same tertiary.
Yeah, fun fact. You understand? Fun fact. So, Adelia, for the audience listening, how can they get in contact with you? Because we are about to talk about branding, people, and she is the one, right? Concerning branding and marketing and so on. So how can someone, company or person can contact you?
Well, the name of my business is called Dalia Digital Media, and you can find me on social media platforms, Dalia D Media, D-A-L-I-A. Sorry, this is Radio N. Media. All right, you'll put out up on the screen, right?
All right, I'll put it up on the screen.
Right? So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. Yeah, that's the platform.
We missing out on any? No?
Facebook, Instagram. Oh, I don't know.
All right.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's
checking out. So we are talking about self-branding and young people leaving schools looking for an identity, right? They are influenced on large scales of things out there, whether they want to go into the army, they want to open their own business, they want to become a YouTuber or a social media influencer on a whole, right? Modeling and these type of things. How can a young person find their identity?
I will say start wherever you are. It doesn't matter wherever you are. It doesn't mean that you have to have everything all together. Start with the basic stuff. If you have a phone, okay, let's start with the phone. And you're wondering, all right, how should I make people aware of what I like or something, right? Like, let me use the modeling aspect. I was telling you earlier, I was doing some photos for a student today. He's graduating soon and he wants to be a model. So I say, okay, what's the first thing he should do? Think of a name for yourself, what you will be called. Open up a social media page. You mightn't have nothing to start with. Open up a social media page. And I'm sure you'll have peers who like to take photos with their phone, because phone photography is a thing.
Right.
And they started put together little outfits and started model your stuff, do content. You walking down the aisle. If you're going to like a restaurant, some restaurants have some nice spaces. You just walk down. As basic, start wherever you are. You don't have to be perfect yet.
Because I saw someone, actually I went and dropped my sister in the airport the other day, and we were just watching somebody lining up in Church's Chicken and recording their own selves.
Yeah, you see?
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, people are not ashamed to do these things anymore, no matter where you are, they're putting out.
I think there's a little shame in I wouldn't say in all youths, maybe 50%, it's 50-50, because we were on the streets last week or 2 weeks ago interviewing people, random people. And most of the young people, by the time they see a camera, is like they're ducking and like, I don't want to see. You understand? So it's like, what about camera? What about, okay, get an opportunity to brand yourself, but some of them, I should say, are shy in front of cameras, and some are very brave.
I will say for me personally, when I started off doing content, I wasn't somebody who liked to be in front of the camera. So I would have creatively put a graphic up and you just hear my voice in the background. That's what started. And then now I realized people, the insights was looking like people like to hear something, like hear a real person talking.
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, they want to see me now. So I did a live by accident.
She
and
did a live by accident.
Yeah, by accident. And your mother people started to watch. I said, oh, right, they need to see me. So I did it in short clips.
Yeah.
Nothing much. Might just be me behind a computer typing. I have some words saying, what do I do during the day? Simple as that. And it just started to grow, and then eventually I just watch into the camera and I just talk and see what I have to say.
You remind me of one of my friends in England, Sherry, if you're watching this. She remind me of you because Sherry have a business and the people want that exact thing, what you highlight, your face, they understand and so on, but she feels the lack of confidence in it.
Right.
You know, do you have that kind of lack of confidence in front of a camera?
Well, sometimes they might say, oh, Kusha, I wonder if I'll say the right words. It might have the people more knowledgeable saying, oh, she missing this. No, those people who are knowledgeable not doing that, you know. You putting yourself out there and through that you will learn. Because in my field, I did digital media in UE Mona. I just went there for a new cultural experience, get more exposure, see what's out there. And I mean, from there, that is really where it blossomed. I just love digital media from that point, and I mean, you just get accustomed. I was behind the camera, but sometimes if I have to go in front, I just go in front and do what I have to do.
All right. So come back to self-branding.
Right.
Does the person have to be passionate about something?
Very important part too. You have to be passionate about it. And in being passionate about it, it comes natural to you where it could be consistent. You have to be consistent on social media. It might be every day, it could be every other day, or it could be specific days. But you have to have a, like, you know, this is something I want to do long term. And sometimes it could shift, but in shifting, that's how you grow.
Yeah.
Many things for me shifted. It would have started off with graphics only. But then I realized that people wanted something to represent them. So I started off doing logos, and then they wanted other things to go along with the logos. So I did flyers and banners, mesh for front of the front stores. And you know, it blossomed into each person wanted to create identity for themselves. Yeah.
And you have dealt with and worked with numerous people from different levels in society, right? And they themselves want branding, they themselves want a certain image of themselves out there, right? And how can you direct them into saying, hey, this image suits you, this is who you are? Do they know that for themselves?
Sometimes they don't know, so I will try to guide them, ask them specific questions. What's your favorite color? What it is you like? I started to look at somebody, like they may have ideas in their head of what they like, and I realized, okay, you like more free-spirited, say a font in the graphics. You always like playful fonts. But if you're a more serious person, you want these strong, thick fonts. So there's a lot to know in interviewing them or giving them a list of questions, they're able to learn from them. And then we take time and go through each step as to, as I say, what color, who is your audience, who you want to meet. Is it that you want to just do, say, in the same modeling thing for, like, say, you want to get these NGOs or ambassadors, or what is your goal? You have to ask yourself, what's your goal? Who is your target audience? Is it young people, older people, everybody, all ages? Say, I don't know. You have to ask yourself. Those are some of the questions I'll ask people.
Something you said earlier about social media, being on social media. But how about out of social media? Can you brand yourself without social media? Yeah,
networking. That is the first form of communication and medium that you will always grow your audience. Networking. It have a lot of spaces in Trinidad and Tobago worldwide that you can network and meet with people. So I think they have like expos. At time I was in an expo And I didn't have a booth or anything. I walking around to every booth. I have my business card, I hand it out. And I had a camera around my neck. Somebody said, you take photos? It's like, yeah. How much? Call out price.
Yeah, don't they call out price?
And you have to know you have to know your brand good. You can't stick on nothing. You have to know. Take some time and write out a little price list. If it's a lash technician, put together your price list. You know, come out of school and you love doing cosmetology.
Yeah.
Start to create a list. Start to watch what other cosmetologists doing. Look at their prices. Of course, try to get certified because you don't want to burn off somebody in the process. But create your name, create your page, outside network. Go to different training courses, practice with people. Hey, do it free. I'm telling you about that.
Yeah.
You start out doing free. And from that you learn and you grow and you start to build a clientele from there.
It's almost similar like how lawyers just have to start off doing cases for free. That kind of, yeah.
Pro bono, as you know.
So you kind of part your way through, you know? Yeah. And do you, as the individual, let's say, dress the parts that you want to become?
That is another way. You have to look the part in branding. Because right now, Brandon, my husband, he's a gospel minister. So his image and how he looks, he's a worship gospel minister. They have an image that they can't be looking sloppy. And you calling yourself worship, so you gotta have that air about you that, confidence walking through here. I'm coming to minister in that kind of way.
But you see, some people might say to counterattack that, right? They might say, but look, I know some millionaires, them just be walking around with slipper and these type of things. Them don't even look like millionaires. Right,
on the street they look so, but when in the particular circles, if you see how it is dressed, they pull out the best suit or the different vehicles. I've been in some spaces in Trinidad, and I can't believe people living like this. How I get through to be in those spaces is because of networking outside.
Right.
People outside inviting me to events right here.
Right.
And I don't even know that.
And it's inclusive, exclusive events.
To certain by year, I have invitations to go these places. And I carry a few friends and they was like, they
can't believe it's Trinidad.
Yeah, eating finger foods and this kind of thing. Real bougie thing. I don't change up what we are talking about. I mean, you can be yourself. But yes, those rich people, when they had to go to certain places, they're changing it up the game. When they're outside, they're just normal.
Wow. So, I think there's also a danger in self-branding, right?
Okay.
For instance, if you yourself as an individual have to know that you can take criticism as well. You understand? Or you could take online bullying. Because we can't keep it away. We can't say, for example, we might be doing this podcast and somebody might find some fault. There are always people out there finding a fault. So you would look at the comments and be like, but how they doing that? You know, it's like, and it might discourage you from going further into your craft and branding as well. So how can a young person who is fragile in mind, in mental and so on, they're trying to put themselves out there and yet they are being stereotyped or whatever?
I mean, thinking back in myself where I started off doing graphics, it had one or two people who their style wasn't matching up to what it is I did for them. But I mean, I realized that they didn't like it, so I gave them other options. So I always try to give them more options. I mean, it crushed me like, well, how they can't like this thing looking real good. But it goes based on their personal preference.
Right.
So I mean, even up to today, there's a client I did some branding for, and no matter how much I tried to do it over, she still don't like it.
Wow.
Right? So I had to go back to the drawing board and find out, okay, show me which designs you like out there. And the design that she like is way simple to what I do, and it's like, I'm doing so much in this graphics, and she just wants, say, like
Yes.
2 layers on it. I say, oh, is that what you wanted? And that's where communication is so important. You have to be clear. But of course, as a young person, yes, you will feel bad, but pull yourself back up. Educate yourself. Watch YouTube videos. Try to find, okay, what's the problem? Ask your friends, ask different perspectives before you probably put it out there.
Right.
So don't make it keep you down. Yes, you'll be at that stage at some point, but come out it and move forward.
Don't give up.
Yeah, because you will always find the critiques in everything that you do. But how she doing that? How that video make it to that
You
point?
understand? Watch how she looking or watch how you looking.
How that graphics reaching? How you advertising that business and your business looking? So
Yeah.
you will always find that. You can't do anything about it.
Oh my
You
goodness.
just push yourself to be better in what you do.
Because you know to yourself that's where you want to be in life. And you have to fight your way towards that goal.
Yeah.
You know, and who say it will come easy online. The thing is, social media sometimes makes things look easy.
So
you
true.
understand? And is branding easy?
No. Yeah. So they curate content to match this perfect lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why some people like more behind the scenes content again, to see little mistakes. At time I put up some branding and I call it designs this company never liked. That was my content,
Right.
you know. And people was like, what? People don't like that? I say, yeah, these were the ones that were never chosen for this. It was a logo competition. They didn't like none of the designs. I had about 5. And I use it as a method to show people, okay, if you want this graphic, let's talk if you like the design. And a few people reached out. But it didn't bring much. At that point, yes, I was like, why? They can choose none, why? But from there, I just use it as content. I put it out there. I show all the different types of logos that was rejected.
Rejected.
And I tell them, yeah. I tell the audience, yeah, they choose which one they like. And people commenting, I like number 1, number 2. So that was my way of not letting it just stay there in the background and reject it. I just leave it there on the computer and that is it. No.
So you flip the script.
Yeah.
You flip the script.
Yeah, I flip it.
And I think for young people, we need to be able to adjust to the environment, adjust to the situation that presents itself. You understand?
Yeah.
Reinvent yourself. I think that's
That's
a word that you all love to use, reinventing. Because branding is okay. It's almost like, let me ask you this question. Is branding a one-time thing?
That's ongoing, always ongoing, because you can't. With branding, sometimes people redesign. They have a new style or a different trend that's going on, and they realize your branding work. But a brand should always be timeless, though. So some people may want a brand that will engage customers internationally. So, for instance, I will use reference to a logo. Logos in the Caribbean tend to be very crowded, and it cannot be placed on any type of background. International brands like Apple, Samsung, you realize how their logo is? One little symbol.
Yeah.
And you know it by just watching the symbol. Oh, that's an Apple brand, that's a different brand. So, I mean, these, in branding itself, I mean, there's different angles. So from the logo, you could show diversity in how it could be used, with, like in a business. And then as it goes along within the month, you might want to show, if you're selling apparel, how it looks. You want to have people modeling the brand. So it's different creative ways to bring out who you are. So it never stops, it grows, it expands into so much different areas and creates an identity for you. So anything connected to you, like image view.
Yeah.
Image view could be on billboards, it could be all over. It
Yeah.
could be different, it could be translated in different ways. So it can't just be a logo on your stuff there. Yeah, I branded.
I branded. Boom, stamp.
No.
You understand?
There's a lot more.
Wow.
People do motion graphics, bring it alive.
Yeah.
You know? So
Back then, branding used to have a bad name. Branding used to be about what slavery and these type of things. You understand?
Yeah.
Now it's a really high-end. It have its own industry basically.
Yeah.
Branding and marketing. Marketing goes along with that line as well. So, I mean, for young people out there who want to actually do her job, right? You could find her, contact her, you know, that's milk whatever information I get from her and so on. But because it's a lovely, the other day we had Career Day and we talk about media. And these are some of the topics in it, you know, branding and so on, and young people are interested in being part of media as well. And but I told them it's a lot of work. A lot of people see the finishing product, right? They don't see the hours in studio, the hours of editing, it takes time.
I remember doing a video editing and you only hearing the playback. And once I was like, you still doing that after a year, boy? I have to make sure everything line up properly, you know. I say, yeah, this take time. When I see everybody watching the results, they're like, oh, it look good. It's a lot of work.
I remember doing a short film and I maybe watched that thing hundreds of times, over and over, especially scene by scene by scene. And it's like, by the time I launched it, I didn't even want to watch it.
Oh my gosh. No,
I mean, I watch it on the day itself, and afterwards I was like, yo,
it's too much.
It's too much because what I want to watch now is the reaction of people towards it, you understand?
Yeah.
And what they seen and these type of things, right? But besides that, editing.
Yes, take time.
It takes time, and you have to be dedicated to your craft in that way, you know. But I told the young people as well that, for example, IT is the basis of everything. It makes media elevates, right? Media is almost like the finishing product of IT. And it's always nice to see the finishing product.
Yeah.
You understand?
So
whatever you produce to come across it, it's like, wow. Have you ever come across your work?
Yeah, boy, I tell you, I was traveling to Grenada. I think we was doing some ministry across there. And I go in a store, but looking for little tourist stuff. And I saw my branding package on the shelf. I say, what? I have uploaded it on one of my content. I say, well, come and see, I do this, you know. It was so amazing. I didn't even realize that the brand, it was a coffee brand. It was expanded there. And I saw it on the shelf, and it's a good feeling when you see all the hard work you did printed on shelves. I buy one way and I pose up with it. That was good. Yeah, I mean, I didn't drink that brand, but I buy it. Yes, it was so nice to see it there. Yeah. Package design, a good idea.
Yes. That's real cool. Well, Adelia, we come to the end of the podcast. Thank you for your sacrifice of coming right from South.
Yes.
To meet us up here, right? And honestly, we will organize later down in different events and so on, where you would be welcome to even share your experiences as well to a live audience and so on, you know. Yeah.
I mean, this was good, huh? All our eyes on it. See the same way to come on? I think I picked for this smaller settings. If I don't do it, I don't do it.
What's that? It's all good. We will link up. Later.
Okay, bye.